or the brights. I want to introduce you to a gentleman who I'm meeting for the first time. His name is Fred Magnanimi.
Good.
Did I
good,
say
yeah.
it right?
Very good. It's a good Irish
Okay.
name.
Ooh, it is a good Irish name. We like Irish people around here, right, too. But here's the thing. You took over a company that your father started, right?
My grandfather started in
Oh, your grandfather.
1955.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And wonderful to have you here,
Yeah, same
Fred.
here. Pleasure to be here. I'm so
My
excited.
pleasure too. So this is brand new today, a brand new brand called Luca and Danni. And you are going to have a couple different things to choose from. First of all, you'll choose, do you want silver tone or gold tone? From there, you will choose, would you like the beautiful red cardinal, which the second bracelet will have these faux pearls, these faux white pearls. Or would you like what we call the angel wing? And the angel wing has the bracelet that comes with it that has a cross on it. Or we pop over here. This one we're going to come back to in a moment. It says 1111. And then that second one will come with the white faux pearls. And then there's also this one, which has a poinsettia on it, or poinsettia, whatever you like to say. And then it will come with the extra crystals on the other bracelet on these. First of all, and you get both bracelets in a gift box for $44.98, and you're saving $11 off of QVC's regular price. 5 payments of $9. We also have small, average, and large. Small would be a 5.5 to 6.5 inch, the average 6.25 to 7.25, and the large 7.5 to 8 inches. Fred, let's talk. First of all, what is your company about, Luca and Danni?
So for me, it's really about created handcrafted jewelry that allows you to embrace the journey of life. And there's an amazing story around this brand. In 2013, I lost a younger brother to cancer. I was actually an investment banker. I wasn't in the family jewelry business. And my brother really was looking for a way
Was
to
that Luca?
Well,
Or
so
no,
my
was it-
brother's name was Danny.
Oh, I
The
see,
brand is
Danny.
named after 2 of my kids. So Luca's my oldest
Oh,
kid.
really?
He's my oldest son. And then I have a daughter named Stella. Her middle name is Danny.
Oh,
And we gave her that name when we knew my brother was
yeah.
terminal with this cancer.
Wow.
And this to me is really like when I lost my brother, I really sort of understood that life is this crazy journey
Yeah.
and to really embrace it.
Right.
And it put me on this path of like reconnecting back with the family business and trying to create things that have immense meaning to people.
That's so interesting. And like you say, you know, a little, not a little, but anything that happens that is crucial in your life like that, life has a totally different meaning, doesn't it?
Yeah. And each of these pieces that we create, it's really through my lens of trying to create something
Yeah.
that our community, the customers out there can
Right.
connect with in their own personal way.
Before we show how it's made, I want to just talk briefly about these different designs. There's the poinsettia. Tell me about that.
I'm from an old school Italian family, and every year we had poinsettias. So to
Yeah.
me, it's really about connecting with that heritage and the family aspect around Christmas.
Yeah.
The angel wing was actually the first design
This
that we
one over
made.
here.
So when I came back into the business, we looked at a lot of the bracelets that were out there, and they had charms that hung down,
Yeah.
or they went around, and we said, how do we create something that's different?
Yeah.
I really wanted the charm to sit on the top of the wrist. My big thing is, all of you out there are buying this for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I want you to be able to express it. So the whole concept around how we've designed the bracelets is to sit on the top of the wrist.
I love that.
This was actually the first design. It's my dad's design. We took a drill, we put 2 holes through the model.
Yeah.
We wrapped it on the top of the bracelet, and that's the bracelet that created Luca and Danni, which now has over 1 million customers. So that's a
Wow.
special piece.
Let's talk about this 1111. And what does that mean?
So to me, I have a really personal story with it. My brother and his girlfriend at the time used to text each other when he was in Dana-Farber getting treatments. He used to text 1111. Back then, I'm a hard-charging investment banker. I'm like, this is stupid. I don't know why you guys are talking about this.
Yeah.
And then after he passed away, I see 1111 probably 5 times a week.
Really?
And so to me, I've become a big believer in signs. And so to me, that's a special piece of like 1111, Make-A-Wish. I'm just a believer that that's his way of like kind of like telling me that it's actually a thing, which is kind of cool.
Wow. And I had written down, I actually Googled it because I wasn't sure, and it says guided by a higher power and connected to the universe. So that's kind of what that 1111 means.
Yeah, they're also angel numbers. So there is a faith-based element to it as well.
I see. Excellent. And then here is the cardinal, which we know a lot of times people feel like the cardinals give them a sign, like you said, once again, from a loved one.
That's my favorite piece. I lost my dad in May of 2018, and his favorite bird and my grandfather's favorite bird was a cardinal. And so I had lived in the house that I was at the time for 7 years, never saw a cardinal. When I drove from the hospital into the driveway, there was a cardinal.
Oh my
And so we
goodness.
sketched the design. I really took that as it was my dad's way of telling me that everything was okay.
Yeah.
And that came from a sketch. I gave it to a model maker who literally designed that whole thing out of a piece of metal.
Wow.
And that there is no other piece in this collection that has as much meaning to me as this piece. And there's a great card that goes with it, like when angels appear,
Right.
cardinals are near.
We're going to show you video because this kind of goes back to the hand craftsmanship too. And these are made in Rhode Island, by the way.
Yeah, so same factory that my grandfather was in from 1955.
Wow.
Repurposed that entire business. Luca Danni's a relatively new brand, but the heritage from the company is still there. And we make all of these the old school artisan way in Rhode Island, all by hand. Each one is hand wrapped, hand assembled. All of the components, except for some of the crystals, come from the U.S. So if you're looking for something that's handcrafted, made in the USA, made in a way where there's a lot of quality, this is a great brand for you.
Don't forget about the sizing because you can get your size, and that's important because this is made in an oval shape so that that top part sits on the top, and so you want to make sure you get your right size. I'll just go back to the fact that small is like a 5.5 to 6.5. And that's actually what I would wear. Then there's also the average. You can go 6.25 to 7.25, or you can get the large, which is 7.5 to 8 inches. You can get silver tone or gold tone, and you can get the cardinal that comes with the pearls, or you can get the angel wing with the cross that says faith, or you can get the 1111 with the pearls, or you can get the poinsettia with the red and green crystals. Fred, so good to meet you.
Thank you so much.
So sorry that you lost your brother and your dad and all. Believe it or not, I have too. And so I feel for you. I know what it's like.
But I've got something beautiful out of it.
You sure do. Let's turn those things into beauty, without a doubt. Fred, thank you so much.
Thanks.
And in the meantime, more beautiful jewelry, but that's inspirational.